Welcome back to the Silver Lantern Archives. Today we are continuing on with Hellfire Descent. Our party has just had a standoff with a hostage taker where somebody made themselves a hostage by just jumping in front of the guy. But now, how
Mm-hmm.
we're dealing with that, we're gonna let the hostage tell us what's been going on.
Listen here.
I'm listening, that's why we
I've
told you to tell us.
I've been in worse situations.
Yeah, you died, but you got better. You'll be fine.
Anywho, basically the rundown of what happened is uh okay. I'm trying to remember. We were in a room with a guy that tore his face off. Turns out it was a disguise, and it was our contact with the flaming fist, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Leon.
Yeah, it was Leon. Um, and which we were informed that everything's gone to hell in a handbasket. Not literally, but we're almost there. The Flaming Fist is losing credibility. There's almost a full out turf war about to go down. It shit's getting sketchy. Um, People have gone missing. Zodge is completely MIA. He went to go investigate something and has not been seen since. Um, and the party has heard some rumors. One of them is that the jewelers that we recently went to had gone is one of the ones that went missing. Um, but so we went to go check it out. Tartuffu dropped a mirror, um, causing a lot of racket. So stealth was out of the question. We did find some people in here. We attempted to take one alive. We found it was the cut purses that we ran into. Um, it ended in a stalemate of that. I did indeed. I was trying to give Tartuffu flanking. I was trying to help.
The guy was locked in a room that he had no escape from with a 400-pound turtle in front of the only door. He didn't need
listen,
making.
listen. I tried. Okay, I was trying to be helpful.
Don't
I
forget
was
what I.
also trying to get out of Memphash's way. Like there was a variety of things that I was doing.
Oh, and don't
Um,
forget you came close to blowing us all up.
I did. Well, no, I can aim a fireball. Thank you very much. Worst case scenario is I would have burnt the building down. I'm wanted in a multiple of cities. What's
Wait,
one more?
wait. Do you have that sorcerer spell thing that where you can like aim spells so it doesn't hurt other people around you?
You're a warlock, man.
I know how to. No. I can choose where the center of fireball is. I know how to aim.
We're in the middle of a building. The closest you could.
Either way,
I'm not gonna go further into it. Just goddamn,
You'd have been fine.
I'm not a.
What, you can't take a fireball to the face? Come now.
I'm only a man
okay,
turtle.
we're gonna leave that there. As we rejoin, Sayatha, go ahead and take that hero point. We aren't gonna rejoin the party. We are instead going to join a hobgoblin as he's making his way down the street, looking for a party who he's been told is going to find trouble. Because they always find trouble. Garrett, can I get a description of your character and how he's walking down the street? The street's mostly empty at this point, but as you're moving down an alley, trying to move quickly than trying to fight your way through the main streets. But
Yeah, sure thing. So Garrett is kind of like a run-of-the-mill mercenary, save for the fact that he is in fact a hobgoblin. His appearance has got light brown hair, bit of like a kept mustache and beard. Um, It's actually groomed. It's not disheveled or anything like that. It's got yellowish eyes, kind of reddish brown skin. His armor is not not new like, but it's kept up. He's wearing a bit of chainmail mixed in with tunic, pants, leathers, um, kind of like the standard setup. He does carry a halberd and a longbow slung over his back with a quiver, and he he's a little cautious moving at night, given the
Oh,
current events of what's going on within the city.
it's evening,
Yep.
so
So
it's
within
not
the
night yet.
yep
Sun's up.
yep. Well, it's not evening, or
No,
it is
it's
evening.
early evening. Sun
Yes.
hasn't
All
gone
right.
down yet.
Yeah. So he's definitely more than cautious, given the fact that there is not a whole lot of people out and about right now. I would imagine there's like maybe like one or two, but like they're kind of quickly going about their business.
Oh, there's a lot of people over on the main roads. But you're kind of empty where you are on the alleys, though.
Got it. Yep. So say for that fact, yeah, he's trying to make his way, not running essentially though, but like walking at a brisk pace. Keeping aware of his surroundings.
As you are moving along, you hear some kind of commotion a couple blocks down. It sounds like there's some kind of fight going on. You hear the sound of battle, foot's running, breaking glass. There's a lot going on.
He is going to definitely draw his halberd and not run over there, but he is still going to cautiously now walk and see what's going down.
As you approach, you can see it looks like a jeweler's is the site of whatever's going on. As you see, just as you are walking out, you hear footsteps running off in the distance, but everything's kind of quieted down for the moment.
So like, do I have a good look at the jewelers, or am I just like in the? All right, so I'm in the front.
Yep.
Okay.
You came from across the road towards the building. You're near the front door at this point. You see there are no jewels, no necklaces, no nothing on the um, sales mats. It's pretty much empty,
Mhm.
but the doors are open and you can kind of hear movement inside.
Okay. Just to be cautious, I'm gonna pretend to be one of the flaming fists. Knock on the door. Be like, who's in there? This is breaking and entering.
Everything's fine.
Tails is gonna pop out and go, speaking that we're the law? No, it's not.
Oh, is that so? I happen to be one of the flaming fists myself.
Oh yeah? Come show
Show
your
us a badge.
badge.
Oh, good.
All right. So yeah, I'm definitely not coming in there since I have no idea what is going on. Sounds of, you know, glass crashing, ruckus, the whole nine. You think I could be stupid enough to come through that door?
I don't know. You sound like. How do we know you're a Flaming Fist member?
Well, that's where very well and true though. But I'm in an open street out here, and you're in an enclosed space that I can't see.
Particularly turns to the rest of them like, should we go out there?
Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. Myth shall sort of walk forward. It's okay, friend. Just trust me. We mean no harm.
Okay. Above table, what's with the goose?
Well,
You see, as you're standing there, you see out of the corner of your eye movement. As there's this goose just kind of looking at you, side eyeing, going, bobbing its head from side to side.
It didn't even wait. The good Didn't even wait to introduce the goose.
All right. So how far open are these doors?
Oh, they're wide open.
Oh,
But
they're
as
wide
you hear the Dragonborn start to talk, you see the goose take off.
open.
It
All right.
flaps its wings and jumps up onto the building, and it's looking down from about 3 stories up.
Swear to God, that goose is like Batman every time the commissioner turns around.
Do I see him with his attention split? We were talking, like, do I
Oh,
see
yeah.
that he's not full?
Yeah, the goose, like the random goose has like definitely caught his eye. He's like, what?
You see him
So
look to the
Memphis-
right, and he's looking at something. Then it looks up. It looks like he's following something, and you hear a distant honk.
Excuse me, friend. It seems like something's distracting you. Are you coming
Oh,
in or are you following something?
I'd rather have you or at least one of you come out here.
That is fine. I'll start making my way, but I'll throw a one-way communication to Tortufu. Just sort of saying, watch my back. I'll just make my way out towards just the front of there, about there. So I'm outside now.
All right then. And Garrett, recalling one of the descriptions of the party members he's supposed to find, looks over Memphash, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Looks you over up and down. All
Memphis,
right then.
can I get a
May
quick,
go ahead.
can I get a quick perception check?
Me?
Yeah, from Memphis.
Okay. Well, I'm good at perceiving, sir. No, I'm not.
It's enough for what I needed. I only needed an 8. As Memphis, you notice sticking out of this guy's quiver, you see hidden away between the halves or the fletching of his arrows a single goose feather.
Hard.
Continue on,
sir.
Garrett. Sorry.
We're gonna have to explain the goose to Garrett later on.
I don't think there's anything to explain. But Garrett, continue on.
All right. Yeah, looking over his description, definitely matches what was given to him. Your name wouldn't happen to be Memphash, would it?
That is me, sir. Yes.
All right. Well, I guess you're just a man, or excuse me, dragonborn that I'm looking for.
Were you looking for us then? How may we help?
All right.
What-
As it stands, so I was actually sent by local mercenary group. May have heard of them, may not have. They go by Precision Pursuits. Specifically, specifically, a man named Doran Steele gave me this job. Now I'm supposed to find you. And I'm not really sure how I went about it. But, stroke of luck, I guess. Finding you as it is. Well,
Dorian's method of finding them is look for trouble, they won't be far away. And lo and behold, they weren't.
yeah, he wasn't too far from the truth. He's kind of mumbling that under his breath. Well then, seems I've found the party and a strange goose.
Okay, out of game, out of character. What am I supposed to be seeing? I do want to roll perception if that's supposed to be in the game.
Like, is the
did.
goose actually in the game?
Because there's no way Memphash is just going to let that goose, hands behind him.
Oh no, this is on a different floor. It's just fapping about. You can see him
Okay,
popping up
okay.
on the top of the building. Just you can see the little head.
So okay, back again. Yes, Dorian sent you. I yell back over my shoulder. For two food. It's okay. Tell him to come out. He was sent by Dorian.
Oh, good. Tortuga will head back into the room. See you, fucker.
I saw that. Like my character could literally see that from where he is.
You see Tortufu turn, and there's a squawk. Crashing. The goose jumps out the window. You see little goose prints as he ran through the blood of the guy whose head Tortufu smashed earlier.
Oh, I didn't just smash his head. I smashed his whole goddamn body.
Yeah.
He pancaked.
But yeah. So yeah, you see that walking Tortufu.
Where the hell is Chiron's character?
Yeah.
You do not know Tortufu.
Tortuga will stick his head back out the door. Memphis, you didn't happen to see where Seyoza went, did you?
He was with you. Right?
They were in the room before. They answered the guy. Where the hell did Seyoza go?
Oh, good point.
So you're not sure. But Garrett, how are you feeling as the guys you're talking to are suddenly very distracted?
He's gonna look up and down the street just to make sure there's no like additional trouble coming through, and then like he'll kind of move into the building, but just stay like right at the door.
Tortuga's just searching around for Seyoza.
Pardon me, sir. We have to find a missing friend here.
All right, go
I'll
about your
move back
business.
into her.
I stick my head out the window to look up at down where the guy presumably ran away.
You don't see him. All quiet.
Where the hell did Seyoza go?
Weren't they just here?
They've been kidnapped. Dun dun dun. The hostage taker must have come back for them.
That sneaky son of a gun.
Oh shit. Veltari's gonna kill us.
Not if we find Seyoza first. Hold on.
Are these windows big enough for Tortuga to get through?
Tortufu, no. Memphis, yes.
What if I had a running start?
You'd have to take out the pillar in between them. It's not a
I'm
case
willing
of.
to do that.
It's
I
not.
am willing to do that.
It's not a case of. It'd be hard to climb through. It's just your ass is a circle.
Circle time. It's time for the circle to go through the square. Bam! Just kidding. But well, we might as well check to see if these guys have anything on them. What's your name? I look as Tortuga looks at you, Garrett.
Garrett.
Well, Damien sent you. I guess you're with us now.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Dorian.
Welcome to the party. I'm Tortufu.
All right then.
Oh yes.
Keeps looking out the door.
Just for description purposes, Tortufu is a 6 foot tall turtle who looks like he could bench press a battleship. He is thick as hell.
Okay.
Good 400 pounds, and his hammer looks just as heavy.
Nefesh he's just a little bit taller than Tortufu, about 6'2", but he's not as big, obviously, but he's sort of a hefty boy himself. He's crystal blue and crystal white, dragonborn, so with matching chainmail too. So
Gotcha.
Oh, there's Seosa.
Your guys' perception is shit.
Nah, I
Yeah,
was
it's not
definitely
good.
watching. Like, noticed you at the corner there.
It's kind of hard for me to turn my head and see over my shoulder. You know that, right, Seosa? Shell gets in the way, don't you know?
No, I'm not a turtle.
Fair
Well, all
enough.
right then. What is it we're doing here?
Well, I'm gonna go see if these guys have anything on them that could help us or help our wallets. And Tortuga
Alright.
starts digging through the mush.
I'm gonna check the guy on the outside.
Unfortunately, with what you did to that man, there's not much that's salvageable from him. He did
Oh, I
drop
can't
his
imagine.
mace, but you've mangled about everything else.
Well, I can't imagine his money got too badly dinged up.
Save for the fact you bent it and it is destroyed, no longer eligible.
Yeah, but he said it's bent, not like full on broken, right?
Oh, it's broke.
It's still pieces of silver, copper,
Tartufu,
and gold.
you've been told that it's not, that there's nothing of use.
Not from
Damn
that
it.
guy.
Well, I'm taking his mace then.
Fair.
It can replace Mr. Bonk.
But Minthesh, as you're looking through this guy who's in better condition than the paste that Tortuga left the other guy in, this guy, on the other hand, also has a mace. He has that curved dagger, and he has 3 silver, 2 gold, 1 copper.
All right. I will pick that dagger up though. Sort of tuck it in. It's pretty nice.
It's not the best for fighting because the curve is the curved part of the blade where you outside where you want a cutting surface doesn't have a cutting surface on that side. The cutting is on the inside as if it's on the inside of a claw.
I'm not sure if I should keep it for a new little thief in training. Uh, I'll leave it. Yeah. No corrupting her any more than they already are.
Theo's just gonna walk past Garrett, giving them a nod before slipping into this room. But we'll also currently we're trying to figure out how the jeweler of this establishment went missing. The thugs were in here when we got here.
But Jose, as you enter this room, it looks like a workshop which should have tools in it. However, they are all gone. You see a number of scrolls tightly furled left in the far bookcase. Some what looks like a couple fabrics, things of that nature, just small things meant for repairs. Nothing of true value. Did I lose my audio?
No, you
Nope.
didn't.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Real quiet. And Garrett, you're just staying near the front.
Yeah. So as I'm looking out, and also I took a look back into the main area. Is there anything that looks out of place that shouldn't be in a jewelry shop?
Roll me a perception.
All right. Give me 1 minute while I adjust my toggle. All right, perception. Oh, damn.
Why are you set to whisper?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's probably just
Is
an
it
insane
always
settings.
whisper?
Yeah, it's always
No.
whisper. Now it's set to toggle.
Yeah. All
It's
right, good.
fixed.
All right. Yep. Did you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. So you got a 20.
Alright.
As you look over, you don't see anything that stands out. It looks surprisingly empty. Like, if this was a robbery or something, you'd think there'd be some broken glass, cases open, but everything here is closed. All the glass is sparkling. It looks beautiful, save for the fact there's nothing here.
I want to
There
check that
is a
mirror.
mirror that is currently sitting on the ground instead of the wall. You can see the hooks, but it's now just kind of propped up against the wall.
I want to try to move that mirror.
It's a little heavy, but it is movable.
Okay. I'm going to ask CEOs to come over and help me move this mirror.
I mean, what's your strength?
My strength. Oh, my strength?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can
My
move it fine.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of water.
The Theos is gonna look at you and go, and then look down at their noodle arms.
Yeah.
Tartufu,
Hmm?
come help the man. You're the one that knocked over the mirror.
Well, I already checked that mirror. There's nothing behind it except the wall.
All right. So the mirror is like actually away from the wall, right?
It
Yeah.
looks like it was hung up originally, but somebody removed it and dropped it. You can actually see some cracks at the very bottom right corner of the mirror, and it's just kind of leaning against the wall at this point.
Yeah, that was me.
Is there anything specifically behind it?
No, there's
That
a
would
little
go.
bit of a darker space where the sun hasn't affected the wood that would be behind it in the same way. It looks like this mirror's hung here for a while.
Does it look like so yeah, the mirror is hung there for a while. Is there a hole in the wall like you just said?
No,
There's like a little.
it's not a hole. You know when you put something on a wall and then years
Yeah.
and years later you finally take it off, and that space of wall is darker because it doesn't have the sun damage
Gotcha.
that everything
Yeah,
around
yeah,
it
yeah.
has. So you can
That's
tell
right.
exactly where it is hung.
So all right. So the mirror was on the floor,
Well, it was kind of propped against the wall.
propped against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like upgrade.
Hmm. Is there anything behind the counters?
You see there are 4 large chests. Not chest, but chest of drawers is what the word I'm trying to say, with a bunch of drawers in them, but all of them are currently closed. You can see locks on the front of all of them. Or keyholes, not physical locks.
Gotcha.
Theos is behind this one specifically, trying to look. Theos is looking for paperwork.
All right. Garrett's gonna move into the other rooms then.
Gotcha. Well, Garrett's heading that way. Theoza, you don't see anything behind the desk. It's completely clean as well. And the drawers behind you are locked.
I have this thing called thieves' tools.
Gotcha. What's Tweedledee and Tweedledum doing? While these two are looking for things.
I just get back out here and somebody check this area, correct?
Yes. Well, nobody's checked like the stands and whatnot that doesn't hold anything, but
Is there any way I can check the flooring in this room?
yes. What do you?
Does anything look out of place?
As you look around, a lot of the drawers in here, because this is lined with what looks like small pull drawers that would hold smaller items, a lot of them in this room are open, having been pulled out. But as you take a cursory glance through it, all the ones that are open are empty.
So there are unempty ones in this room as well.
There's
Not
closed
non-pulled.
ones. Yeah, there's a couple closed ones. Most of them are open though.
I'm gonna pull open a few.
As you start looking through them, you're seeing little notes on the front and what should be in here. And this is where a lot of the spare gems, replacement parts, metals, all of them should be stored in here. However, you're not finding any of them. They're all seeming to be gone. Even the tool set, which you can see a mark on the table in the corner where one likely sat, isn't there anymore. You've just got this little mat used to work.
Does it look like the mat's been moved?
Roll me investigation.
Okay. And Vesta. Oh, terrible. All right, we'll see. Oh,
Surprisingly, it looks like it did. While usually a mat like this would be very well centered on where you could stand and work on this place, you see that it is crooked, as if it had been pushed, but not in the way you would expect somebody who's either right or left-handed. It seems shoved back and then crooked.
all right. I'm gonna remove it completely.
It doesn't. You see another space where it's darker here, expecting that this place should have been, or this mat should have been in an exact place, but it has not moved in a while. But it is, there's nothing under it as far as you can tell. You press your hand, no false bottoms as far as you can see. Run your hand along, you don't find any dials, buttons, levers, none of that. It's not until you get to the very bottom of this set of drawers you notice that there are some scratch marks on the marble floor underneath.
All right. I'm gonna try to. I'll call the Tartufo turtle over and ask for him to help me move this desk. May have found something.
Tartufo has just been looking around inside the what looks to be some sort of workstation, like where they would maybe repair jewelry or work on stuff. You know, maybe there's some gems that may have fallen.
You do not see any. Other way.
There looks to be scratch marks on the floor here. If you would help me move this desk, it might be something here.
All right. Well, excuse me. And Tartufo gets in front of the desk and starts yanking.
It comes off very easily. It's surprisingly easy to move away, despite its heavy look. The drawer seems to be made, or the table seems to be made of a much lighter wood than it looks. The drawer coming away very, very easy.
So I just keep pulling until it's all the way. It's all as far back as I can get.
You can just pick it up with one hand and move it.
I just pick it up. Well, you need help with this? I think weighs only like maybe 10 pounds.
Well, I mean, it looked like a heavy desk. I mean,
It looks like it should weigh about 150. In total, probably only weighs about 40.
all right. So as he moves it away, look at the scratch marks a little bit more, I guess.
As you're looking at them, you see it looks like the legs have been dragged out quite a bit, more than a couple times enough where it's left a mark. But the rest of it seems kind of flush, and you're not really sure what's going on there.
Would Tartufo's past experience with looking for treasure hidden in like portside manors and stuff like that come in handy here?
Not particularly. I mean,
No?
you can go try to look for something if you want, but that's an investigation check.
Is Garrett going to mention the strange scratches and everything?
I mean, you already
Yeah. So he's going to tap the haft of his halberd on where the scratch marks are to see if it sounds hollow.
roll me that investigation.
All right. Oh,
As you're tapping, you don't really hear anything. It seems decently solid, just a thud, 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 thud. looking over it as best you can, not really finding anything. So these scratch marks seem to stand out even more than they would naturally. It's very strange.
These are tiles, right?
No, it's just a big slab of marble.
Oh, I thought they were tiles. Why would they need to move this thing back and forth so often? Tartufo's gonna look at the back of the drawers.
Seems like this place is already a mess. Why don't you, Tartufo, on that scratch mark? Why don't you give it a good strike with with a hammer you got there?
Before that, should I roll investigation to check the back of the drawers? Like, does it seem like there's a hidden compartments back there or something?
Yep, roll me investigation.
Investigation.
Tortufu, you're looking over, running your hand over, and you notice something fall over and roll away. It looks like a little ball bearing, but as it's rolling away, you do notice something. Not on the drawer, but on the wall. As you look at the wall, you run your hand over the back of it, and you can feel just barely there is an indent here. A line, as if it's a crack in the wall. Invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it.
I'm going to use my claw because tortoises have claws. I'm going to use my claw to like kind of wedge in there and try to pull on it.
You can't get your nail in, but as you try to push your nail in, the entire wall section presses in. It's about the size of your hand as it presses in and then clicks back out. You have found a hidden drawer.
Oh, haha! Hidden drawer. I opened it up.
In this drawer, you find this strange key with many movable parts to the key head itself. You can flick parts down, flicks parts up. It's very strange looking, very complex. And it's just about this point, Seoza comes back after taking a look through the chests of drawers out in the main lobby.
Well, this is a weird looking key. And Tartufo grabs it from the one end and holds it up to the light.
What'd you find, Tartufo? What's weird about it?
Well, look, the teeth on it, they spin around, and Tartufo flicks one. How can anyone open the door with any kind of lock with this?
Let me see.
And Tartufo hands it over to you.
Is it like a puzzle?
It would look kind of like a puzzle, or it might be one key that opens multiple locks if made in the correct
Sequence?
way. Sequence, yeah.
Oh, so like like the individual tines click into place if you do something.
Yeah.
The question is what would it open?
There's a bunch of locked drawers out in the main area, yeah. Could be one of them.
They weren't all busted open?
Nah, not the ones behind the counters, to my knowledge.
I already got into those. They're empty.
Hmm. DM, looking at the keys, is there like any symbols on them or anything like that? Anything that stands out?
No, it seems rather simple other than the strange mechanisms.
Does it appear that any of these drawers in this room are locked?
No. They look like they have locks, but they're not.
And then on the drawer itself, were any of the drawers locked?
No.
Okay.
Did I see any drawers and cabinets while I was looking in the workshop area?
Not that you noticed, but you didn't look all that hard.
Here's that room in the back. Could check. I mean, not in like to the south.
All right, let's go have a look.
What is Mempesh and Seo's doing?
I mean, I'm messing with the key to see if I can basically turning it, seeing if any of them look like maybe a lock that makes sense.
So I'm gonna walk over to where I see another one of those mats. Does it look moved?
No, that one just looks like looked into the corner. But before we get to that, Mempesh,
Sure.
are you up to anything? Mempesh?
Hey,
Jesus, you're muted.
He's moving. Is he alive?
I
Yep, I'm here. I'm just sort of looking around. If I peek over Seo's shoulder, see if I can sort of help puzzle that thing out.
The issue you're having with the key is there seems to be a lot of moving parts, and you have no idea what the final version of this looks like. Because you can get some pop up, snap them into place, then move them down, snap it in another way. You just don't know what your end goal is here.
okay.
If that's supposed to be a key, right?
Obviously it opens something.
So
What does the
we can't
handle
figure
look
it out.
like?
It's just a simple golden key handle with a thick round end.
Nothing stamped on the round part.
No, it's a circle as if it would go through a key ring.
Oh, okay. I thought it was looking like something out of a fairy tale.
Mm-mm. It's the head of the key that's all kind of weird and mechanical. It's also a little bit thicker than you would have imagined. For a
Can I
normal key.
start look? So this Tartuffu got this out of the wall, correct?
Correct.
Can I look for false drawers in the desk that it was behind?
Yeah.
Gonna look for a false drawer in that thing, see if
You do
whatever this.
investigate.
Yes.
D&D Beyond is super slow. As you're looking through it, you don't really see any hidden drawers, but at the very back of it, as you're looking through, you see behind one of the drawers, it looks like something's drawn on the end.
I'm going to cast light on the key and see if I can see what it says.
The issue isn't the lighting, it's the fact that the back of the drawer is in the way.
Oh, well, then I'm just gonna move the back of the. I'm just gonna move it.
You'd have to take the drawer completely. And as you see, it's
That's
not
fine.
words back here, but a strange kind of symbol with 6 points, following a intricate circle with a couple pinpricks in the middle of it. As you're looking at it, you're pretty sure this is the end of the key you need to make. Based on looking at the key from a aerial view, looking straight down at the tip, looks like if you can form it right, you might be able to make that symbol.
I'll try to make the symbol then. Memphis, will you go get Tartuffu and Garrett?
But also do note that's just drawn on the inside. It doesn't look like a hole that you could put the key in or anything.
Fair. But if it's a magic, it doesn't necessarily need a keyhole. So we're gonna test it, but
That's fair.
that, them seeing what it looks like so that we know what we're looking for. That's a distinct keyhole if this doesn't work.
Fair.
I guess at the same time, I'm going to try to move some of these desks to see if they're actually just as light as the one in there.
No, these ones are obnoxiously heavy.
Got it.
They're actual weight. You're just like, oh, it's gonna be like the other one. You're like, oh, what the fuck?
Are all the tools still here?
No, not a single tool is left on the desks. You don't see them in their places. You can see where they're supposed to be hanging up, but they're not there. Gone.
Man, they even took the tools. I'm surprised they didn't take the desks too.
Other than the tools out of place, is there something I can roll investigation on to see if there's like something more out of place? Or like a perception?
Yeah, you can try and investigate. Sure.
All
It's
right.
about this time Memphis is walking back into this room looking for you.
All right.
Hey guys, I think Sales found some.
You're looking over and it's just empty. You've got a couple scrolls over there that you go through that just seem to have business stuff. It looks like sales and whatnot, all written in Dwarvish. You see a number of numbers, but none of the tools, the gems, the metals, none of it. None of it is here. Not even in the corners where it might have got swept off to the side. This place has been cleaned.
Hey, new guy. Sioza figured something out.
Seoza, I assume, have I completed the getting it into the right shape at this point?
I need an intelligence to see if you can get it. So I don't think I asked you for that yet, did I?
You did not.
Okay, I need that.
And you're straight intelligence, correct?
Straight intelligence. Or an intelligence-based thieves tools, if you have it.
Can I
So
put
here's the
guidance on
thing:
that?
is
Yeah.
I have these tools, but I'm not technically proficient with them. So intelligence check it is.
Yep.
Like sideways.
Is everybody there?
I'm waiting
Just
for
make that
sales
roll.
roll.
I'm here. I've rolled. It's just waiting to come through.
Yeah. That is a 19. You've been playing some games with Tristan, trying to get Nelly a little bit smarter, a little bit more involved with puzzles, making sure that little mind is ready to be joining the real world, especially with how much trouble she finds herself in. But it's not long before you think you've got a good match.
Then I guess as everyone's coming in, I'm going to tap it to the back of the drawer, see if it works.
You see it lights up and another drawer pulls out of nowhere. Even with seeing the back of the drawer, it's pulling out of nowhere. As you see another drawer appear, in which is a small leather pouch and a book.
Does the book have a title?
It does not. Just seems simple leather. It's tied shut as well.
Anyone have detect magic?
No.
Looking at Memphis.
Nope, I shake my head. Nope.
It's a shame to be missing both your arcane casters.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the thing. Hey, here's the thing: is that I know for a fact that clerics have access to detect magic.
Sure.
It's
You
just not
just
prepared.
don't have it prepared. So, I'm gonna open the pouch.
You see, it is filled with small gems.
Okay. If I am given like an hour, I can probably figure out what this thing does. If it's magical. But I'm gonna need an hour, and we should probably head back to the bar in the hopes of not getting jumped.
So, in Garrett's like ignorance, he's gonna look at the book and she's like, "Well, why don't you just open the book?"
Because it's tied shut, and if it's magic and it's trapped, I would rather not accidentally set off something that could be the equivalent of a fireball.
Somebody
Does it just
flip
look
the
like it's
boarding.
like?
Oh,
Does it
no.
look like it's just like bound by like a leather strap,
Yeah,
or
just a leather strap.
Garrett's gonna have like even more of like a confused look on his face?
Put it this way, Theos is just being overly cautious. It's entirely possible that it is just a normal book and I can untie it and nothing's going to happen. I would rather check it out before opening it, though, because I don't trust the DM.
Yeah.
How about this? I'll open the book. I'll go to another room and open the book.
No, please don't.
Come on, man. It's just a book.
The last time I saw someone just open a book, it exploded. They're dead now.
Mm. Garrett's clearly not convinced.
How are Tortuga and Menthas taking this?
Tartufa's just like kind of scratching his head, like, what the? Why would someone we just met offer to open a dangerous book?
We don't know it's dangerous.
Mm.
Come on. Go to the. Just come on. Follow me, you lot. Theos is going to put the pouch and the book in his bag and just. We're going to guide. Looks at Garrett. Did you actually show a Flaming Fist badge?
Obviously not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's not like I knew who you lot were before. Like, sounds of fighting, look like a break-in. Yeah, I'm
Eh.
gonna light my ass off.
Exactly. Not only that, but I hate to inform you. You're not going to want to use that lie. The Flaming Fist aren't exactly trusted at the moment.
It doesn't matter. I was trying to get a rise out of y'all. See what you would do. It's not like I knew who was in here.
Theos will shrug. He doesn't trust you.
Fair.
All right, very well. Like you said, let's go carefully look at the book. He says, kind of like sarcastically.
Back to the tavern.
It takes a little while for y'all to get back there. The sun is getting closer and closer to setting, but not quite there yet. Where's the Hearthstone? Here it is. But y'all are able to get there. There's less and less people on the road at this point as y'all get back. And yet again, you are at an empty tavern.
Well, it's empty, and at this point, we trust the barkeep. Always trust your barkeep. The sales is gonna start doing Arcana. Figure this out.
Alrighty.
Memfash, do you have proficiency in Arcana, or is it just me?
I think. Hold on. No, I don't.
Okay. Then I will be using a hero point.
Okay. And
I
while,
would like this to not blow up in my face.
that's fair. While that's going on, what's the rest of the party up to?
Assuming this is a tavern, I'll go up and get a drink and see if there are any new rumors that the barkeep has learned of.
Can't say I have. Haven't been too many people in here. It's just been me. And them, of course. I imagine you're with that group?
Yeah, for the time being, provided that they don't get themselves killed. I mean, I guess that's what the contract would end. Yeah. But you said you haven't heard anything. But have you seen anyone other than ourselves?
Not of note. It's just been me for the most part.
All right. Well, how about that drink?
What kind of drink are you looking for?
It doesn't matter.
A simple ale, then?
That'll work.
4 copper pieces, please.
All right. He'll hand it over.
You are given a generic ale. It tastes pretty good, but it is pretty basic.
Yeah, he's just gonna. Hey, what time of day is it right now?
You're getting into the middle of evening. The sun is getting much closer to setting at this point.
He's also gonna ask about some food then, as well.
Well, dinner isn't too expensive. You're looking at. You're looking at a simple 3 silver.
All right, he'll hand that over as well.
Alrighty. And while it takes a little while, you get a pretty standard meal. Oh, modest in its tastes and spices, but nothing that super stands out. But what is Minfash and Dear Tutu doing?
I am just sort of hanging out with Sayos and trying to not. I mean, if I can help, but sort of just be whatever more support or assistance I can be with them.
All right, I got a call that I needed to answer.
You're good.
What happened?
What's Tortutu up to? Y'all are back at the Hearthstone.
Oh shit. Let me just do that. There we go. Uh, right now, Tortufu is sitting with everyone else, just wondering what our next plan is because we still gotta go back to
The Low Lantern,
uh,
yeah.
the Low Lantern, talk to that sketchy guy.
Yep. But after about an hour passes, Garrett, you finish your meal. Theoza, you finally finish, and you can see there is residue of magic spells having been put on this book in the past. However, it looks like they have faded. It looks like, to the best of your knowledge, an arcane lock and a glyph of warding used to be on this book.
But they're no longer active.
No.
Okay.
You're not
I am.
entirely sure what happened to the glyph of warding, but the arcane lock looks like it needs to be reset every couple days, and it looks like it's out.
Fair. Well, then I'm going to open the book, because obviously it was important, but something had to have happened.
You flip through, and it seems to be a journal of some kind, written by the jeweler. As you're going through it, most of it's just pretty standard stuff. Seems he was crushing on one of the other merchants in the area, nothing to note. But as you get to the last couple pages, you're noticing a trend in the journal as he seems to be focusing on something. There are about 5 passages that catch your eye. I don't know who it is, but someone is watching me. I felt it for days now. A presence in the shadows. I saw them once, just outside my shop window, standing still and staring. I thought it was a trick of the light, but now I'm not so sure. I've always felt safe here, but now the air feels wrong. 3 days later, they're getting closer. I've started locking the door early, double checking the windows. Last night I heard footsteps outside, and I know I wasn't imagining it. The people are coming into my shop. The people coming into my shop, they're different. Their smiles too wide, their questions too pointed. They're looking at me, not my work. I can't shake the feeling that someone wants something from me. 2 days after that, it's getting harder to ignore. Last evening, I saw a figure waiting outside as I closed up, standing in the shadows, just watching. They didn't move, they didn't speak. I'm certain now. They want something. They think they want me. But for what? For ransom? For murder? For something worse? I've heard all these rumors, but 2 days after that, I'm scared to leave my shop. The doorbell didn't ring last night, but I heard breathing near the entrance. When I went to check, there was no one there. I've started to lock everything, doors, windows, and even the back entrance. If they come, they'll have to break it. Another 2 days pass. I'm not sleeping. The fear is constant. I can hear whispers in the dark. I feel eyes on me even when I'm alone. If they come, I don't know if I'll be able to escape. My jewelry won't save me from whatever plans they have. I've hidden everything important and started moving my things to a different location. Maybe then they'll leave me alone. I don't think that's going to happen. That is the last entry, but you see scrawled on the next page in a very rushed hand. If you are reading this, I have already been taken. You may not understand yet, but they are everywhere. If you feel eyes on you, if you hear footsteps in the dark, do not ignore it. They are watching you. Be careful. They will come for you too.
Well, for Tartufu and Garrett, you just hear Theoza say, fuck.
Were you reading that out loud?
No.
So I put the mug down, kind of like wiped like the excess from the beard. Go over. All right, what is it? The book didn't blow up, did it?
No, but I'm glad I looked because it definitely did at one point have magic on it. I don't know what happened to, well, based on the writings, I'm going to assume that they wanted somebody to read it and took the glyph of warding off. And the arcane lock had to be refreshed every couple of days, and it's dissipated at this point. That being said, and Sales is going to basically give a summary of what it said.
All right then. Has your group been noticing any of this? I mean, it's not like I've been here long.
Well, Ren and I, we had a feeling that somebody was watching us a little while ago through an alley, but we decided to just walk away. I didn't think anything of it.
I thought that was the goose.
Possibly, but the goose is usually more. I can't
Annoying?
think of a word like that. Again. No, he's more. What is it? Not outgoing, but like obvious. He's a little more obvious.
You say as you see him looking through the window.
So Garrett will pick up his mug and kind of walk over to Sayoza, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Walk over. Well, we could speed things along. They want to take one of you or all of you, yeah? So why don't we just set a trap? One of us will have to be bait, while the rest of us watch. Then when they come for the bait, we incapacitate and interrogate afterwards.
Character, is this just me, or did everyone just subconsciously look at Sioza when they mentioned bait?
Hit my screen, I eyeballed the character. Hit my screen, I was like, "Theo."
Why is it always me? Like, not even like the moment you say it, just doesn't even acknowledge. They both look at Seoza as he's saying, "Why is it always me?"
I didn't say it necessarily had to be you, but
Oh, they're looking
eventually
at me, and they're looking at me. I can tell. And looks at Memphash and Tartufu.
I mean, it's just, there's me, this guy, and Tortuga flexes. Memphis, well, he just terrifies everybody with his concerning talk, so I don't think anyone would want to kidnap him.
Oh yeah.
as for myself, I don't think anybody's been watching me, not to my knowledge.
You're
So
you're too new. And Seo's, I mean, come on. I'm pretty sure they could use string to tie you up. They'd have to use full-on chains for me.
we could set it up tonight. Be done with it.
But we have to meet that. I forgot his name at the bar. Almeric?
That sounds right. I need to go.
Amric.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Almeric?
Emmerich,
Aldrich is
yeah.
our barbarian buddy.
Yeah.
Let's go meet the guy at the bar. We can set something for afterwards.
Well, we could kill two birds with one stone here. What we could
Or
do
we-
is, on our way to meet with this Amarak, have our bait kind of just like point a mug at Seoza, I guess, like because everyone's in agreement. Just have Seoza walk a little bit ahead of us by themselves, see if anything happens while we are on said way to meet with this contact of yours.
Which means I gotta leave first.
This is true.
But we should probably think of a way to keep track of Seoza if we fail on capturing them.
Well, takes another swig of the mug. Well, what kind of magics do you know?
Out of the game, I really thought we had like some sort of messaging stone or something like that.
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Do you not have sending Pratt? Or I don't think we're high enough level for you to have third level spells.
That's 5th level.
No.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of weak ass level 4s.
Well, okay. So we don't have anything that could legitimately track, but Seoza plucks the feather out of his hair. Closest we're gonna get is if I give this to you, and suddenly it returns. You know that I'm in trouble.
All right, very well.
Uh,
Can I get a quick intelligence check from Memphash and Tortufu?
Because that will work out great.
It might.
Intelligence. I rolled a 9.
It's Memphash, no surprise. But Memphash, as you're thinking about this, you're just going over everything that's been going on. Why are you re-rolling?
I really didn't do that. It literally did that by itself.
Weird. But there's something that starts.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
I was
every
on a
time
different
you roll
tab, I
this 4
swear.
times. Yeah, but it's probably gonna do it again. But there's somebody that starts to worry you. You remember him from the first time y'all were on the move here in Baldur's Gate. The one that took Brooke. The one who made a fool out of your party and has still been active according to Dory, the assassin.
We were level 2 back then, weren't we?
I think so. That's been a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we're literally twice as strong.
So I mentioned that to my concern about that guy.
Oh, that
To,
dick?
oh yeah, him.
Yeah, he's the one who's kidnapping people. I don't know about our chances of capturing him. He was a slippery bastard.
Well, I think we're strong enough now, but that might be something to think about.
Well, I mean, it could be any number of things why these people are disappearing, but it's not like we're gonna not find out if we don't try it.
Yeah, I wish Sir Fluffington was here. Then we could at least have him track your scent or something, Zioza.
And
I mean,
it's not like we have to walk too far behind, like Sayoza's out of sight.
I'm just saying, that guy is
oh, here's
really
the thing. If we leave the bar together,
No, it's not together. Like, so you'll still have a lead, but you know, we're not too far away.
You know, Garrett, you could walk with Zioza. You're new. They won't know you're with them.
That could work.
Out of game right now. How dark or how late is it? Is it getting like
Sun's
turn the lights
starting to
on?
set. The lights are on at this point.
I was getting to that time where we need to start heading over.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You have
here's
less than
sort
half
of
an hour before it's going to be dark.
so I mean, just as a sort of a backup, I can cast light on something. They can take it with them, keep it in their pocket, keep it obscured, and if something happens when it's dark, at least we have some sort of light going off that says, "Hey." I mean, obviously anything can happen, but
they also
if something should.
cast light.
Oh, well, okay, there you go.
I mean, push comes to shove, Seosa just pulls out the fireball necklace.
Let's see,
Throw
there
one of
you
those
go.
into the air.
Well, that's a cast a lot of light, yes.
Also bring every law enforcement I don't know how much law enforcement there is at the docks, but
All I'm
yeah,
saying is worth a shot.
I'm fine with that.
All right, then I'll head over with Sayoza. You two, just not that far behind.
Sounds good.
All right. He said, time's of the essence, and you'll like walk over to the bar, put his mug down, thank the innkeep, wipe his beard once more. All right. Is everybody ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Yep, let's roll.
All right, let's do it.
Let the story continue.
Seosa's gonna look at Tartufo and message. You tell my girlfriend that you've used me as bait. You tell my girlfriend that I agreed to this, and I'm throwing you under the bus.
What's a bus?
You don't want to know. Think of it as a very large carriage.
Yeah, like a chariot of some sort.
Yes.
I mean, I've been used as a speed bump before.
Do you want to fight Valtari?
No,
All right.
I like to
Then
hurt
we
friends.
don't then we don't tell her that I agreed to be bait. And Sales is gonna duck out of the tavern and start heading for the low light.
So Tufu will look at Bedfast now that Seos is out of earshot.
Yeah,
She's gonna
Garrett
find out
goes left.
anyway, isn't she? Jesus.
They're muted.
No.
Sorry, got distracted.
So I look.
got
Tufu just looked at you after Seoza left. Well, Tori's gonna find out anyway, isn't she?
They usually do.
Yeah.
They usually do. But as long as nothing happens, we should be okay.
We should go up. We should go after him now
Yeah.
before they
Yeah.
get too far. And
That's a good
Tortufu
idea.
heads out to the door.
That's an idea. Okay. Yep, I follow. Like, let's go. Like the little cartoon scoot. Like, yep, let's move.
How far behind are y'all following Seusa?
Let's say within dashing distance. So for Tortufu, that would be like 60 feet.
So if anybody's looking, they can absolutely see you.
I mean, could be inconspicuous, right?
He's a giant turtle.
mean, it's-
No.
There is no inconspicuous for Tortufu.
If y'all were humans with hoods up, maybe you could get away with it.
Here's the thing: is let it be known
Turtle.
that when Seoza, so obviously Tartufu left after me.
Mhm.
My hood went up, and I went and lost myself in the crowd.
There isn't a crowd outside right
Fair enough. Welcome to the with my background, you know what I can do.
now. Yeah.
Are you
Mm,
actively trying to lose Garrett?
Oh, lose you specifically? No. But the
All right,
thing
that-
is
that-
it's supposed
okay.
to look like I'm not with you guys.
Okay.
So Seoza's not half-assing anything.
Gotcha.
He's stepping into the alleyway and going.
Alrighty. I
You
need a
guys
s-
said you guys could keep up. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna trust
Garrett's-
you to
yeah.
keep up.
I need
What
a
is
Garrett's keeping up.
I need a stealth check from Seoza and a perception check from the boys.
You already have a stealth check from me.
Oh, do I? Okay, I do.
Yes, you do.
All right, so a perception for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One of these days, Tortufu has to get like what's it called, a Holocaust cloak.
Oh no. Oh no.
Y'all start off at a good bit, and Menthash is going to roll a bunch of times. I don't know what's going on with Menthash.
I literally hit it once to just and I move my mouse away. Just quick one time and
Yep,
move
there's
it.
there's the third one.
What the hell is going on here? It's the rules of
Something's
threes. What the
broken.
fuck?
Something's broken.
Yeah.
But as y'all are moving, Garrett, when you walk in, you look around. There's nobody on the fucking streets.
Oof.
The tweet did a vanish, and you're just like, crap. Tortufu, you catch the tail end of their cloak going through a alley, and you're able to follow for a little bit until you lose track of them at a dead end. Memfash, you on the other hand are keeping up, and you see where the bitch goes, and you let out a sigh.
Wait, I thought we rolled the exact same.
No, he got a 20.
Perception?
Yeah? You rolled before Garrett.
Oh, I thought you rolled after me. I thought we both got 13.
He rolled a bunch. But, Memfash, Seos is taken to the roofs.
No.
Why, Seoza? Why would you do that? Oh wait, you don't know our past with the roofs.
I don't.
Oh god, that's some
It-
trickery.
I just sort of let out a small sigh, like, back up there again.
Tartufo follows Memphis Gage and sees it as like, No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not again. Please, dear gods of the sea and wind. Not again.
So am I looking lost?
You're with the boys,
but
but you don't know what they're
all right.
talking about.
You're with two of the boys.
All right. Well, what's going on here? We gotta move.
All right, let's go.
Is it too late to go get fuck, what's his name? It's been a minute.
Kenjiro?
Kenjiro.
Oh,
Kenjiro. Is it too late to go get Kenjiro?
You didn't actually see Kenjiro tonight. You don't know where he is.
Damn it. Where the hell is that kid? But oh god. Is there a ladder?
Yeah, there's a ladder.
Okay.
Is it a sturdy looking ladder?
It's decently so. But
Well, Methvesh goes first because I
well,
think
Okay.
everyone else goes first.
while they are trying
Alright.
to move, Seoza, you're a good ways ahead of them at this point, moving across the roofs, staying out of sight. But as you do, you hear the sound of a kerfluffle.
It's a goose.
Oh.
You start to look around, and you're kind of at the edge of a larger building, so you crawl up to get a better view, and you see several streets away, maybe 400 feet away, tearing across one of the rooftops is a figure. You can't get a good look at him in the dark, but you can see them kind of outlined by the moonlight to a degree. It's still best you can make it as some kind of humanoids, but there's about 20 shadowy blobs on their ass.
Oh no.
You can see repeated clashes as small groups of them will surge forward, slam into the figure before backing off again. The figure is trying to fight them off, jumping rooftop to rooftop, and they are moving quick as this engagement is going on, as there is a rolling rooftop battle going on right now.
Do I only see one person?
It's the one person and the 20 vaguely humanoid blobs that are chasing them.
This got interesting real quick.
Yeah, it does. Because here's the thing. Is that there's only one motherfucker that we know that takes to the rooftop.
Well,
And that motherfucker has my kid. And we're off.
As you run, you're having trouble keeping up with them. They are moving
Yeah,
faster than you by a good margin.
yeah, well, they're rogues.
You can see the fight. You're having an easier time following it because of those shadowy figures that keep striking at them. But they're starting to get a distance. They're maybe 1,000 feet away, way on another building, when you see a flash of what looks like some kind of red magic streak out. The individual that's running turns to try to block it. You see they get blasted full in the chest. You see what looks like a sword shatter as bits of it go in different directions, and you see them fall from the rooftops. Based on what you're looking maybe a 4-story building. They get knocked off, and you see the shadows all surge over the edge.
Well, we know Tristan doesn't use a sword.
I'm going in that direction. Because until I know for a damn fact that it's not Tristan,
I have a feeling I know who it is though.
I have no idea who it is.
We'll get to it in a minute.
But
But as
until I get confirmation that it's not the fucker with my child.
You need to
move
confirm kill.
across, Memphesh, you in the far back, you're now having an easier time moving Seoza because Seoza has abandoned stealth, and they are booking it. You're not sure what's happened, but you can see them. You end up having to get down on the ground because you and Tortufu don't do well jumping across rooftops. Going across
when we
narrow
climbed-
planks.
Also, this is the same kind of scene.
Yeah. You're just like, I'm not doing this again. I'm going to take the main route. Would that be correct? For what I know of you two?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think this is the first time that you would have seen Seoza actually do something like this.
But I will like. Did Garrett get up there too? Not Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett's
Garrett.
with you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Seriously,
I will
boots are
tell him
flying
like,
as
hey,
soon as possible.
I would ask him to go after our friend Seoza. And it looks like they are darting off. So 2-4 now will take the bottom path to meet you in a logical place.
Before
Yeah,
we
he-
do that,
yeah.
Garrett, how's your acrobat?
Acrobatics. All right.
Don't roll it. I'm just asking in general, how's your acrobatics?
I got a 2 in it.
You would struggle to move across the rooftops like this. It's something you wouldn't know. You're running across. If you take it slowly, you'll probably be okay. But there's a lot of
Right.
jumping, large gaps, running across roofs, running across wooden bridges that are really small. You and the others are a little bit heavier. You wouldn't be able to move quickly on the rooftops.
Right. So yeah, he's gonna look down. And he's like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a bit of a time myself, trying to jump in all this heavy armor. Let's go.
All right.
And he'll get down himself.
And then I guess we'll at that general direction to meet where Seoza. Like when they're on the roof, we can't see them up there,
You
can we?
know, you're getting better at this. You're following it to a degree. You know the direction they're going. If they make any sudden changes after they're out of sight, you're out of luck. But you have a vague idea of where they're going because Seoza's not being sneaky anymore. They're full on going in one direction at this point.
Okay. Yeah,
As
I'll
long as they
take
don't
off in that
hide for you.
direction.
But as Seoza arrives at where the shadows disappeared, you're only met with silence. What do? You're currently on the rooftop where the figure fell.
I'm looking for evidence of this shattered sword.
It's hard to see in the dark, and as you're so close to the edge, they probably fell down to the ground level because they were right at the edge when the blade broke. That's why they got shoved off.
Okay. In that case, I have no desire to die today. So when I start to get close to that area, I am going to cast invisibility on myself
Mm-hmm.
and then climb down. Once
Okay.
I realize that I'm where they fell.
Yeah, it takes a little while for you to find a good place to get down because where you fell is into an alley, or where they fell is where is an alley, and it's hard to get in there. But you do find your way back. You can hear Memthesh and the others running in your direction. They're still a ways off, but they're heading this way. But as you enter the alley, it's really dark. But I believe Sayos has dark vision, don't they? Yeah, they do.
Yes, I have devil sight.
Devil sight, yeah. So that means you can see color and whatnot, yeah?
Yes, I can.
As you're looking around, you see the landing spot. You'd imagine as there is a decimated wooden crate that is coated in blood.
Yep, looking for a body.
You can see it in proof. If there was a body there, you would see it. There's not. There's blood, but no body.
Okay. Does the blood lead anywhere?
No, it looks like it's just pooled.
Okay, I'm looking for anything besides blood.
Roll me a investigation or a perception. Different information depending on what you roll.
We'll do investigation.
Okay, as you're looking at the crate, and you see underneath this was a crate that held, or not, but the inside the crate, behind the crate, there was kind of a broken flagpole almost that looks like it was covered, and it is slick with blood. It's probably the origin point of why there's so much blood here. You're pretty sure whoever got knocked off when they fell, they hit this crate, went through it, and impaled themselves on that pole.
Oh, okay. But the body's gone. Okay. Anything that they left behind besides blood?
You're looking around, and what you find are these really fine hairs that look like they were ripped out whenever whoever moved came back up off the pole. Looks like they ripped it out because it's right at the bracket that holds the flagpole in place.
What color's the hair?
Black. Black with a little bit of silver. Or gray, I guess. Not silver.
Oh. What? I can't tell by his artwork. Is Tristan blonde?
Tristan is blonde, yes.
Okay, thank fuck. Do I know anyone that matches that description?
You can't think of any people that have gray or black hair. It'd kind of be an older gentleman if you had to guess.
Okay. Sorry, safe stop on the road.
But then another thing that's kind of seeming a little weird to you. If they fell and pulled away, unless they had really long hair, their hair shouldn't have gotten caught in the bracket. Unless they hit really high in the chest. And if it did, they would have pierced a lung, and the chances of them walking away from that are very slim.
Yeah.
But just as the boys are running in to rejoin you, there is another thing that you notice.
Okay.
As you're turning to look at them as they're running down the alley, you see hidden a little ways away behind one of the other barrels, or not one of the barrels, it is a barrel, but just kind of stuck behind it, you see the hilt of a sword. It's just the very end where the pommel should be. It doesn't have a pommel, but that's what you see.
Can I go up to it and look at it?
You see, as you are you going to pull it out or just grab it?
Yeah.
You pull it out. It is the broken haft of a sword, but it's not any kind of sword. This is a sword from the east, and this is a sword you're familiar with.
Okay.
You might.
Whose
You
sword is
actually
it?
might. I don't think they are because they weren't with us when we first encountered that guy.
You've seen this guy a couple different times, but this blade, you've seen it protect your camp. This blade belongs to Kenjiro.
Oh
Oh
shit.
yeah, no, I've met.
They're talking about somebody else. I know who they're talking about.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, no, I was gonna say I've met Kenjiro.
Yeah. I was thinking someone completely different.
But that would explain the hairs pulled at the odd angle with how short they were. Kenjiro's kind of got this bluish gray tint to it with only a few black hairs.
Okay. And he's just gone.
You do
No.
not see him, but there is a lot of blood.
Okay. Well. And of course, just the group comes in, and all they see is a fucking
Sword hilt floating in midair.
You wouldn't even see that. That would have turned invisible with him, I think.
yeah. What you see is the broken crate and a metric shit ton of blood.
Yep.
What in the hell's happened?
Oh no. Redfest, do you know where Shioza went?
I'm right here.
Huh?
I'm gonna wink back into existence. I'll drop con. So now you see that I have the hilt of Kenjiro's sword.
It's not just the head. You have the bottom half of the blade. It looks like maybe about a third, 2/3 of a foot from the crossguard. That's where the hit happened, and that's where the blade shattered.
The Suba.
Yeah.
Why do you have the Kenjiro's sword on you? Why is it broken? And whose blood is that? There's a lot of questions that need answered here.
How high up is the sun's down, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And it was down before y'all.
It's had like
Yeah.
4 stories, yeah?
Yeah, they fell about
Yeah.
four stories.
We need to.
Garrett's a little alarmed. Is there anything that you can look around on?
You wouldn't be able to find anything extra. They crit.
Gotcha.
Whether or not they was a set, it gives the information they found.
Yeah,
That's another thing. But
Theos is going to give a brief as they're gonna put the sword in their bag. They were attacked by shadows. We need to get off the street now.
Okay, but can we not go on the rooftop again? I don't know if you know this, but I don't do well on rooftops.
Well, we could still continue with the plan. There seems to be some activity still happening here. And like I said,
Yeah.
if nothing happens, then we reach your contact and we go from there.
Let's go. Come on. But Theos is like as we're leaving is just looking just
Where you
for
looking?
anything. Any sign of where these shadows went, just any signs of Kenjiro. Wasn't Alric with Kenjiro?
Last you heard.
Yeah. So where the fuck is the other dragonborn?
And the healer. Because Favors should be with
And
them too.
Taylor should also be with them. Okay, so we are missing a dragonborn and a Kintsu. And Tristan and my child are also missing.
I think we're missing almost all our NPCs that we've met so far.
The only one you know where they should be is Tristan. Not Tristan, Arthur. Because y'all haven't seen Naveen in a while. But you think they might have been with Arthur, but Naveen doesn't stay still. Nellie should be with Tristan, but y'all have heard some worrying rumors about that. Favors should be with Aldrin and Kenjiro.
Now Kenjiro has apparently been taken. They're picking us off one by one.
That was the threat. Come on, let's get this over with.
All right, we continuing with the plan, or are we just heading straight for your contact?
Honestly, right now we should probably stick together.
Yeah.
All right,
Screw the bait thing. Let's just get there.
very well.
As y'all are making y'all's way back, or not back, heading your quickly to the Low Lantern, moving out of the lower districts into the warehouse district towards the Lower Lantern. On the rooftops, there's something that you miss. A figure with a hood leaning against one of the chimneys, just watching as you go.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm a creepy motherfucker.
But what are y'all doing on y'all's travel to the Low Lantern? Anything? Any questions? Because Garrett, you don't even know what's happened or
No.
who's been attacked. Just that somebody
No.
has been.
That's
Aside
right.
from turning on my lantern, that's it. It's just so I could see better. Nothing. Actually, how long does the light spell last?
An hour.
No, same.
Okay, so at this point, the light on my hammer would have gone out. So yeah, lantern.
I mean, we can just recast it. It's a cantrip.
That works for me.
Both me and Memfash have it. It's not even concentration.
DM, are we moving through like a residential district?
No, you're
At all?
moving out of the kind of worse and into the you were in the low district where there's some vague shops where people live. Not the best part, but y'all are coming out of that and moving towards the docks. So you're kind of getting more in storage at this point.
So would we have like every now and again like lantern posts that are
Yeah.
lit?
Yeah, you're not in the dark. You're in the city. It's
Yeah.
lit.
Yeah,
At least on the
that's
main
what I
roads.
was trying to get a feel for.
If you're in the alleys, those are dark as shit for the most part. But
Yeah, of
the main
course.
roads
Yeah.
are pretty well lit.
Which I imagine we're traveling on now.
Yep, and there ain't nobody else on the roads with you.
Got it.
Oh wait, I forgot my hammer's moon touch. I don't need light.
Are you running with it out? Just running through the streets with a giant maul going, I'm a pizza buddy to death.
Well, no, but you can't really I can't really like put it on my back. I got a shell in there.
When you do have a sheath for it that where you hang it from the back of your shell, and when it's there, it does go out.
Oh, does it?
Because otherwise, it would always be on and you couldn't stealth. So yes.
Oh. So is it actually like so? Is a moon touch weapon actually just like a lightsaber? Like, am I just walking around with a stick, but when it's time to fight, boom, suddenly hard light weapon?
Effectively, it has the
That's
health of it. It
fucking
just starts to
awesome.
glow.
That is awesome. I gotta say.
Because usually it's supposed to only be swords. When you sheath it, it goes out. But I put it on hammers and everything else, so I had to find a way to make it shut up.
Then in that case, yeah, I'm just walking around with my stick in my with my stick in my hand.
So there's a giant pirate turtle just
Turtle.
running through the streets with a giant glowing maul, looking terrifying. I hope you don't find the cops.
Well, no, I don't have it activated, like you said.
Okay, so it's just in your bag, or
It's
in its thing, but in its bulger.
I don't know what the hell you would. Yeah, I think it's called a Baldric.
Yeah, it's sheathed, quote unquote.
Technically speaking, yes.
But yeah.
You know, I think I feel like we've also missed something in the midst of all of this.
Yeah.
Garrett, when you're looking at Seoza, you know, they're your typical pink-haired twink.
Oh yeah, the injuries.
Minus the fact that the left side of their face, like where their eye is, going all the way down their left arm, and like what seems to be most likely down, it's basically their left side, is completely covered in this necrotic looking lightning, and that eye specifically is, if I remember correctly, it's red with a black iris.
Yep.
Or is that there's swap? Okay, yeah.
Completely
It's blood red with a black iris.
Kind of like a Tokyo Ghoul looking
Yeah.
thing going on here.
Pretty much.
They have a
Alright.
serious case of heterochromia.
Which is
Alright.
funny because and on top of it, the iris has what looks like it's black with what looks like an arcane sigil in the middle.
All right.
So you're running with this party who stands out as is, and the twink.
Yeah.
You've got the pirate, the dragonborn, and whatever the fuck happened to the human.
Portal, a dragonborn, and a twink walk into a bar.
The bard that follows behind opens the door.
I mean, Garrett's not off-put by this. He's had odder jobs. Let's just put it that way.
Fair. Fair. I was just like, I had the thought of, I didn't explain that. He's scary looking.
So, like, well, I mean, like, as you're looking at Garrett, I mean, like, he's got like a weathered face for like about like a 30-year-old, like almost 1,000-yard stare, like he's seen some shit.
I've seen
Like
some
almost,
shit, man.
yeah,
Oh,
like,
I
but
wouldn't
like,
recommend it.
so like he has like this like unfazed look on his face, but like he's more, let's get this job done type deal.
Very professional.
Yes, that is correct.
It doesn't take long before y'all see the low lantern, the ship-made tavern just ahead. You see the steering wheel has long since been removed, and there's a fog moving out over the water. You can see the tall mast, and it's gently rocking side to side. A wooden staircase goes up the side and can lead you in. A lantern at the bow casts an eerie green light into the fog, and you know the low lantern is open.
All right, guys, when we get in there, just try not to look like you wanna like you're an easy mark, you know?
Pretty alright. I guess he's growing on me a little.
I guess the Ozo's out.
No, Seoza from the neck up is pretty scary, so I think they'll be fine.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did Tartufo say?
Well, from the neck up, you're pretty scary.
No. What was the first thing you said?
Don't look like an easy mark. You know, someone to steal from or try to intimidate into giving someone stuff. You know.
Yeah, so Garrett said that like jokingly, like after you
Okay.
said that because of the bait thing earlier.
Hang on.
Fair.
So, y'all can go up the staircase if you wish. If you dare.
Yeah, Garrett will walk in.
Yep. Tartuffe was walking in.
As y'all,
My hood's still up, but I follow.
as y'all are walking up, you'll notice there are 3 dead seagulls scattered across the ground.
Tartuffe will look at Benfash. Don't do it.
Snacks. Road snacks.
No. They are not boat snacks.
As you do, you see one next to the edge get tugged off the edge by what looks like a suspiciously white head.
Oh, okay. So I think that goose just really likes eating seagulls.
Maybe he's got good taste.
One that same hit seagull hits Memfash in the side of the head. You can
Here I
see
was trying
in
to
the
be cool.
distance the goose running down one of the tops. He's going honk,
I
honk,
shake
honk,
my
honk,
fist
honk,
at
honk,
it.
honk.
I was trying to be friendly.
You're just screaming that at the top of your lungs.
On the other hand, it gave you a snack, Memfash.
I did. I put it in my pocket.
God damn it. Let's just get in there. I'm sure we've drawn enough attention. And they look at Memfash like, what the fuck?
Man. Who's gonna mess with somebody with a dead, bird in their pocket?
Okay, you said there's a bunch of dead
Seagulls.
There were 3.
seagulls.
One's
There were
now in
3?
Memfash's pocket.
Fair. Um And you said that this is like a ship.
Yes, you're on the deck of the ship. You can
Is there
hear
like a
music
crow's
from
nest?
behind. It looks like there used to be. It looks like it's been removed. As have
Okay.
all the rigging to get up to it. You can see there is a staircase that leads down, which you can see light coming from, and you can hear the noise of people, general tavern noises from underneath you.
Fair. I'm keeping an eye. Like I'm. Can I roll a perception to see if I like find or hear anything moving about?
I mean, yeah, you don't even need to roll. You definitely hear a lot underneath you, which is drowning out. If there's somebody moving around sneakily, you're not going to hear it under the sound of the bar underneath your feet.
Fair.
Because you've also got the creak of the ship going side to side, the waves rolling. There's just too many noises. You're not going to be able to hear something if it's moving around quietly.
If it's moving around quietly, it doesn't mean that there's someone not here invisible.
If there's somebody here invisible that's not trying to move around quietly, they're fucking stupid.
I mean, here's the thing: is that I can cast invisibility on Tartufu any day of the week. You think that's gonna help?
If he tries to be quiet, he'll probably actually do pretty good. Especially when he's in a level like this.
But I'll
Okay.
follow the guys downstairs towards the back.
That's actually a good idea later on. Like if we're trying with the bait thing again, just make Tartufo invisible, and I'll walk next to you.
As y'all walk down, you find a raucous crowd of sailors and the like, and there is a woman that is dressed kind of in a piratey get-up. She's got a bandolier on which what looks like a number of daggers hangs from, a tricorn hat, and she sweeps off her head and waves it at you. Well met, my name is Laurella Thundress, but folks call me Captain round here. If you're thirsting for a beverage or looking for a gamble, you've come to the right place, but watch your step. Things can get pretty messy around here. As y'all are also met with the scent of old vomit and seawater and food.
My kind of dive bar. Garrett will head for the bar and kind of listen in. What's that?
You also see on this woman's shoulder, there is a crab. It's going,
nice.
Crab.
Garrett will definitely go for the bar, ask for a drink, and listen into conversations that are happening.
You see there is an interesting barkeep. There's a fucking Kenku behind the bar.
Oh, great.
Drink.
All right. Yes, drink.
Drink.
Yes, drink.
You see the guy nudge you next to him. He's asking what kind of drink you want.
A mug of ale. Ale.
He points up to a list of different ales. You've got black or bitter black. You've got Elminster's Choice, Golden Sands, Ibidorian North.
We'll go with bitter black. We'll point at it.
Alrighty. He gets it for you as he repeats, bitter black. And he points to the price. It will be 1 silver piece.
All right. Pay it.
As he gets a bunch of ice and slides you a full, deep black ale. Kind of a brownish black, very murky.
Kind of like a lager, I take it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Even the mug is cold.
All right.
But once you take it, or you can take it a sip of it?
Yeah.
It's a really rich, but very bitter, heavy and bitter tasting drink. But it's definitely well made, and it's nice and icy cold.
Nice. At this point, we'll just be kind of listening in, eavesdropping.
You don't hear anything of note at first. There's a lot of people grandstanding, telling stupid stories. People just enjoying the bar for the most part.
Right.
What's everybody else up to?
How much of the stories are pirate related?
All of them.
All. Oh, I'm home.
As we're passing by the woman that greeted us, Sales is gonna look and go, and is just gonna whisper, is this because you want to, or is this a gimmick?
She stares at you.
Rip.
I stare back.
Why are you
It's
gonna break the
the
illusion?
fucking really. The fuck do you
Hey.
think kind of look?
Say- Hey, you know what? Some people are actually really into it. So he had to ask. So he's just gonna go, you can drop the axe.
You see, she continues with the thing, but the one thing you do notice as you're watching her, the leathers and the outfit she's wearing is worn properly, and the leathers are worn in the right places for the style of job she's pretending to have.
Tartufo will nudge you. Like, do I recognize that this is an actual pirate? Is this someone who shares the same story, kind of as Tartufo? Like the job, I mean.
Roll me intuition.
Uh,
Not intuition, insight.
Insight.
I was gonna say.
You have advantage.
18. Let's see if I get a crit. 18.
Tortufu, while the personality she's giving off is fake, you know this is not a bitch you want to be fucking with.
Tartufo will
This
kind
is
of.
actually a captain of something somewhere, or was at one point. You can tell by the way she walks, the ease in which she adjusts to the way the ship is moving without spilling anything. She is moving very easily, and she has that kind of presence, but she's playing it up even more to make it look fake. You can see the truth underneath it, though.
Movement. What movement? It's a dry dock ship. There is no movement.
Well, it's not in dry dock. It's in the water. It's
I
just
thought you said it was like just attached to the land.
yeah. It's in on the
It's
water, docked
Oh.
next to it, and it's permanently docked.
Okay, so I thought so. It is in the water. Okay,
Yeah, it is in the water.
I thought,
So you still got the sway.
I thought it was just like a straight up building that looks like a pirate ship or something.
No, it is a boat. This is a decommissioned boat.
Okay, but Tartufo will kind of nudge Sioza and shake his head like, No," and he'll turn to the woman. Greetings, greetings. Good to see someone else who knows the life.
Of course. Have a drink.
Gladly. What you recommend?
Rum.
It just gives Tartufo a look like, what'd you think?
I expect. Well, honestly, I thought she would say grog.
Nah, she's got to make a job. She's got to make the sale. So rum.
All right, your best rum.
It is 8 gold pieces for a bottle.
Oof.
There you go.
And it's a decent sized bottle of rum too. And this isn't the shitty stuff like bitch ass pirates will get. This is the good shit, Tortugo.
Now that. Oh, this takes me back.
As she gets swept up in a tirade of idiots trying to play as sailors as she's entertaining them. She's getting them drunk out their fucking minds too.
So Toof will take a
Hey.
squirt from the bottle.
It's good shit, man. This is the shit your captain kept in his room.
Takes me back to when I was a young turtle, sneaking into the captain's quarters to sneak a bit of rum. This is that good shit. I got such a hiding when he caught me.
Theo's is gonna go play the fucking edgy rogue. We're gonna go dip into the crowd and look for the shadier sides.
I need an acrobatics check.
Oh no.
For me?
Yep.
Okay. Da-na-na-na-na. The dice said fuck you.
They try to get you into a dance. You manage to get out of the way as you try to go rogue. But they
Who was
try to
trying to
pull
get
you.
me to dance?
Just some of the fucking patrons. They're just like, there's the edgy rogue. Get them. Let's make them dance. They always dance good. Get them.
They like get the edge lord. Oh no.
We could add them to our crew.
The dance crew.
Look,
Fuck.
me critting on that does not help in the there's the edgy rogue. Everyone's gonna assume that I'm the edgy rogue.
Yup. What's Mempesh doing while this is going on?
Just hanging out at the bar, just trying to keep an eye on the activity. Not really just doing much, just being observant.
You'll do also see there is a staircase leading deeper into the ship.
We all see that?
Yeah, it's not hidden. It's just off on the. It's on the towards the front of the ship.
Well, that's where I'm going.
Does
Or
it
two
appear like we're being watched?
Not particularly. I mean, you're in a bar, so people are watching you, but
No,
You
I
don't-
mean like with interest. So like would
not nobody
Like-
really cares.
all right.
People seem to care about Seoza, the edgelord over there, but they also seem real interested in Tortufu. But that's about it.
Other than
With all the interest-
us being at a place, is there anybody else here?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people, a lot of patrons, but nobody that really stands out to you.
Nobody really stands out. All right.
Everybody seems excited. You see a drunken sailor, somebody kind of, there's a shy guy kind of in the back, kind of looking around, a little, not what they want to be seen. You do see a flaming fist off in one of the corners. He's still wearing his armor.
Nice.
You see a set of drow twins as well.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do this now. Gonna buy 2 more bitter blacks, and I'm gonna walk over to the twins.
They
Wait, female or male drow? Because that
One's male, one's
interaction can
female.
end. Okay. Well, that interaction will go weird either. Anyway, let's do it. Do it. Let's hear it. I remember what happened the last time drows got involved. Not in this campaign, but a different campaign.
Yep. So that's what I do.
What you
Buy
got?
2 more bitter blacks from the Kenku, and I'm gonna walk over.
You see the guy's kind of got his back to the wall, his shoulders a little slumped forward, trying to make himself look small, while the girl still is a little more confident, but she's still keeping away from a lot of what's going on.
I'll be like, man, yeah. Would y'all like a drink?
You hear them respond in Undercommon.
Do I know it?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. All right, damn it. All right. So I'll kind of well, I don't think I understood, but hey, take these, and I take a seat, like on the. I'm assuming like the woman sitting like against like the wall or something like that.
The guy's against the wall.
Against it. All right, so I'll sit like right up against the wall, essentially, and then like handing him a drink while kind of holding my own.
He looks at it, then looks at you as the woman kind of leans in. Who are you?
My name's Garrett. Just trying to, I haven't spent long here in the gate. Just trying to get my bearings and look like y'all might know something. May seen something. Maybe some friendly talk. Couldn't hurt, yeah. Drinks are free, by the way. Token of good faith. Let's put it that way.
Here?
Yeah, I bought the drinks here. Yes.
They point at you. From here.
No. I'm not from here. No.
You see them cock a head. They're trying to understand you. They don't seem to be doing all that well. Where?
Oh, somewhere near Waterdeep.
Water sheep?
Yeah, water sheep. You got it right.
They seem very confused.
Well, with I'll just kind of stay here and see if I get anything more out of them. But let's let everybody else continue here.
Gotcha. You see, they are trying to have the conversation. They just don't speak common all that well. So there's a
Yep.
language
So
barrier.
that's what's going to entertain Garrett.
You
Yeah.
tend to talk a little quickly, and they're just like, "Oh, there's a lot of words. I caught like 3 of
Ooh.
them." Shit.
Let's try this though. Maybe they do know this. I'm gonna speak in Goblin.
They don't know that either. They look at you just like, "What the fuck did this thing just say?"
All right. No, never mind. We'll try our just continue in regular words here.
They're doing their best.
Oh,
You get it takes a while, but you do get the impression that they're adventurers,
Okay.
looking for adventure, but they got locked in the city when it got locked down.
Okay. Well, while everybody else is doing what they're doing, I'll just continue the friendly talk here.
The woman's
Oh.
name is Aerith. The man's name is Beldan. The man never
Okay.
speaks. It's only the woman.
Got it. Oh. All right.
She speaks to him. She switches to Undercommon to do it. She seems more educated than he. He doesn't seem to have a fucking clue as to what's going on. He doesn't like being here. He's terrified, but she wants to be here, so he's here.
all know how drow shit goes.
Actually, this might play out. You said they're looking for things to do.
Yeah, they're just kind of stuck in the city. They came up here for adventure and got stuck in the city.
I'll try to propose the best I can to see if they want to tag along, and I'll pay them.
Why?
Could always use the extra help. You looking for adventure? We'll probably find it. It's a win-win, yes?
They ask you with. As if asking
With.
what you're doing. What you're hiring people to do.
So I'll just explain my job as far as watching over the group, and I'll kind of point at the group, and I'm assuming they're going downstairs.
Say it was a dead. I don't think anybody else did.
All right, I'll point at the two
Hang
still
on,
left.
Let me confirm that. Tortufu Memphis, where the hell are you?
I went. When Garrett walked over to the drow, I approached the Kenku to let the say, "Hey, I'm back. Is he here?"
They tilt their
And
head.
well, God, fuck. Why can't I never remember his name? What's the
Cameron.
guy's name? Is Emmerich here?
Americ? Americ?
I can't understand what you're saying.
He's saying the name. And then he
Yes.
points down.
Oh, he's downstairs? Excellent. And Tortufa will head down following Seyoza.
Okay. What's Memphis up to?
I was observing the situation, and I'm following as well.
You've been kidnapped.
What?
What? By who? By what?
You have been
How?
kidnapped by the choir, and they are singing sea shanties.
They chose the wrong person to sing she
How do you respond to this, Memphis? You are in the middle. They are looking for you to lead.
My performance is terrible, but I'll
They're
give it
drunk,
a roll one time.
They're worse.
I'll try to start leading it, and then as I get going, I'll try to slide on out.
Oh, they have you by both arms.
Oh no.
Think can arms interlaced with each other. They're on either side of you.
You know what? To help, I'm gonna say at some point you've heard Tortufu sing sea shanties.
I will try to remember one that he has sung on the road and go for it.
They are absolutely with you, 100%. They get a 3 on their performance. It's not good, but they're making it up with it with enthusiasm. Roll your performance. Your performance. I can say the word
Hopefully it doesn't
performance, I
roll.
promise.
Go to-
Performance.
I lost the page. So let's try see. It rolls just once.
You know, out of character, oh god. A 31. 31.
Tortufu, you hear an affront to all sea shanties going on upstairs.
If I swear, if we didn't have a job to do, I would go up there and show us how it's done right. As I'm walking down the stairs to go talk to this Amber guy, let's say Yosa.
They are attempting to sing. What is the song?
Billy O.T.?
No. We're back. We figured out what it is. It is. They are attempting to
Yeah.
sing "My Jolly Sailor Bold," but they think it has something to do with bowling. So, really gay bowling is what this she shanty is about. They don't know the words.
Neither do I.
But that is what Tortufu you're hearing. You know what song they're trying to sing. You know they are doing a very bad job of it.
Tortufu just shudders and he feels bad for the actual pirate captain woman who's upstairs listening to this.
But for the 2 that went downstairs, you see this floor is much cleaner, much more open. There's still a bar off to the side with another kanku behind it. But you see more couches down here, and at the very rear of the ship, there seems to be a soft conversation going on. You can only see one of the individuals, one sitting on the bar, and it looks like to be a man with long, kind of shaggy red hair that's pulled back in a ponytail, and he looks a little bit sleepy. He's leaning back as somebody is talking to him.
Tortufu will nudge Seyosa and whisper, "That's the guy. That's gotta be the guy in charge. Look at him. Only someone in charge would act that lazy."
There you go.
Yeah. I'm out of character. I am laughing. Also, can we get put on the map?
Yeah, it's not important.
And now you gotta take an allergy.
I don't want to fight with it. It's too small. But
Fair enough. It's not the best of maps. That being said, Sales is going to nod, and is going to go to the Kenku, say rum, and then put down however much the rum is.
8 gold.
I hand over 8 gold.
I still have the bottle.
You have a second bottle now.
Getting a bottle and a glass. Before going and sitting down, attempting to listen in, but pour a glass and
How are you
kind
trying
of
to
one
get
of
back there? It's at the back of the ship, and this area looks like it's the only thing back there. The other seating's in the middle or at the front. Most of the seating's at the front.
I am sitting in the middle.
Okay.
Like, basically not in the trying to get super duper close, but it's quieter down here, so it's going to be easier to listen in on shit.
You sit down, and the only people really down here is a pair of thugs that you can see. There's the guys in the back. But there's a pair of what looks like bodyguards just kind of lounging about watching. They're watching you and the turtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tartufo sits with Theoza, but does his best to look very non-aggressive. He's just swigging from the bottle of rum.
Theoza pulls himself a glass and just kind of rubs his temples. He is actively listening to conversations, but is giving off the air of someone who is just sick of everyone's shit.
It's not very long before you hear the sound of movement and somebody gets slammed against a wall.
Down here or
Oh yeah,
upstairs?
down in the back. On
Tartufo
your
will
floor.
look over.
You can't see anything from where you're sitting. There's another staircase in the way.
I'm listening.
Now, there's no need to be uppity. You just have to pay what you need to pay. I know you've been hiding away some of that gold in your mother's ashes urn, and I would hate anything to happen to that should you default on your payment. Now, go and get my gold, or I will have to send my friend to go get it ourselves. And unfortunately, he is not the most gentle with handling fragile items. So I would hate to something to happen to your mother's urn. But we both know that if you don't, well, run along. You hear a lot of running as somebody rushes by, sprinting back up the stairs and disappearing.
Valid. What was the movement that Tortufu did?
I think more move Tortuga was just sitting with you. I don't think he did anything.
Fair. I thought Raven said that they had done something.
I turned towards the sound of the wall. Someone's being slammed into a wall, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm continuing to listen to see if I can hear anything else.
It seems the conversation has ended.
Fair.
Yeah, the guy
I'm
probably
yeah.
reinforced us.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably dumb to ask this late, but it's been so long since we actually made the plan to come here. I don't remember what we're supposed to ask this guy.
Does anybody remember?
I think this is a mission that you guys got while I wasn't here.
Yeah.
No, you were here.
No, Theoza wasn't here for that episode. You got this job.
Well, no. Remember, they joined us right at the end of the
The fight. Yeah, they did get here for the end of it, but it's been a while. So One moment while I catch our party up. One. Alrighty, we're back. They understand what's going on again. But as you are sitting down here, the hours start to pass. Menfash has been kidnapped as they go into another dance, and now they are trying to teach him how to twerk.
Oh, you sick bastard! You sick bastard!
It's what
Garrett's
the kids do.
probably just watching this, enjoying it, I'd imagine. Hanging out with the drow. But for Seos and Tortufu, as y'all are watching, people one by one will come down here from time to time. There is a quiet conversation with Amaric. You're having trouble exactly hearing what it is that's being talked about. But as y'all are listening, y'all are getting the idea that this man is a loan shark of some kind. He's giving out loans to people and then getting them to pay him back with quite high
Interest
over time, and he's very serious about getting his payment back. The other individual just seems to be a bodyguard. You're not entirely sure who he is. He doesn't seem to be talked much. You'll hear him grunt from time to time in agreement with Amaric. But there's also something else that keeps moving around back there that never says anything. You can hear three things back there, but only two of them have really said things. So there's an unknown back there that y'all really don't know anything about.
Tartufo will turn to Sioza, lean in close, and whisper, "We can't really hear much back here."
Have they been speaking in common this entire time?
For the most part, yeah.
But Sioza, you'll hear Tartufo whisper to you, "We can't really hear much or see much of what's going on down there. We can tell.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hear us?
Oh.
Oh, we lost audio. Welcome
Can you
back.
hear
There
me?
we go. Yeah.
They've been speaking in common.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I was wondering why you weren't responding.
Because I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
My ping spiked, so.
Yeah, it happens. But
What was I saying? Oh, I might have an idea. I'll pretend to be drunk and wander over there, and you come and pull me away.
Sales is going to just facepalm.
Oh, at least if they hit me, I can take it.
Gonna look over. Are we getting stared at now?
yeah,
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm whispering.
You didn't say you were with.
Yes, I did.
he did. But there's a guy standing like right behind you.
What the hell did this guy get here?
The guy that Sam was in there in front of him. He's the thug. I told y'all they're right there.
I thought they were like standing down below with the other guy.
No, there's one just kind of over near the bar, and then there's one leaning against the thing y'all are right next to.
We're also in a very small area,
Yeah,
and
but
it's
there's like
not highly popular.
There's
It
a
is
whole
very
commotion.
hard to whisper in this kind of situation.
Especially
Damn it,
when the thug's staring you down has been the whole time. You two are the only ones down here other than the people in the back and the bodyguards. The bodyguards are just staring at you.
Damn it! I thought there was a commotion that's going on upstairs. I didn't think there was a guard next to us. I thought they were all down there with him.
No. There's only one guy over
No.
there. There's a guy up front and two guys in the little section you're going on.
This is the problem with not being able to see shit because I can't visualize it properly. Okay, so this guy just heard me say that.
yeah. Sales is just gonna turn to the bodyguard and is just rubbing their temples and going, "Would like to talk to your boss at all possible. Let's just cut the crap."
Yeah, he's my boss. Just go fucking talk to him.
Fair enough. Come on, Tartufu.
All right, the straightforward approach. I prefer it.
Have no other choice, Tartufu. Even when whispering, you're not exactly quiet.
But as the two of you come around the corner, you get a better feel for what's going on back here. You see the guy that was kind of lounging back here. He's still just doing that. He looks over at you, kind of uninterested. But the other two are the ones that catch your eye. One is lounging. There's a man in fine, noble attire with black, shiny hair watching you with keen eyes. He has a soft smile as you approach, but more worrisome, there is a spined devil sitting on the back of his couch. You can see its wings kind of curled against its chest, its tail switching back and forth behind, its spines raised up so you can see them from behind as it's giving you a death stare.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I feel like him and Theos are just having a fucking stare off now.
And
Well, Tortufu, glad you could finally join us. Did you hear anything interesting? The noble says, but as he does, that for tonight is where we're going to end it. Good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed watching this party get into trouble. And for those listening in, I thank you for joining us as well. And I hope you come back to see just what's going on with Amaric and what has happened to Kenjiro. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace!